Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about the other 100% rating. Now, there's others besides the other. There's actually 4 different ways, right? You have your scheduler 100%, you have your 100% permanent and total, you have your temporary 100%, and then you have the other 100%, which is TDIU, which is a fantastic benefit. And I wanted to talk about it, talk through it, give you a little bit of highlight on it, and go from there. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I will tell you that it is very important to understand that TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability, exists within the VA's benefits, right, for compensation. Why? Because the jump, for example, from 90% as a veteran alone, currently, not taking into consideration the COLA that will go into effect in a few months. But right now, as of October 14th of 2024, the recording of this video, the 90% veteran gets $2,241.91. If you move to 100%, a veteran alone gets $3,737.85. That's nearly a $1,500 boost, right? Huge. That is a big jump from 90%. And if you drop down in percentages, well, then it's even more, right? If you're at 70% disabled, veteran alone, you're looking at $1,716.28. Compare that again to the 100% at $3,737.85, and you're at about $2,000 per month difference. Gigantic. And depending on where you're living, what state you're in, what city, county, what have you, you could live on 100%. Important. Now, let's dive into this. Hit the thumbs up for me again. Subscribe, share with a friend. I really do appreciate it. The 2 asks to really look. Hit the thumbs up. Let the video run. Those 2 things help to put this information in the hands of those that need it. If you want to support the channel in other ways, consider being a member. I really do appreciate all you members. Thank you so much for your support. You can go to the homepage. You'll see the highlighted members there and a join button. Thank you so much. All right, so TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability, or sometimes you'll just hear it IU, which is individual unemployability. It's all a mouthful. Basically, I'm going to give you the super high level overview just from my mouth, and then we'll read through it, okay? If you are a disabled veteran, between 60, 70, 80, 90% rating, and in some cases even lower than that, but for the most part, you're going to be looking at the 60% through 90% ratings, you could apply for TDIU. And the idea here is that your service-connected disabilities are so troublesome that you cannot hold a full-time job. You cannot be gainfully employed. That's where this comes in. Now, you can earn some money, and it's set at the federal poverty level-ish. The VA is never very clear on it. You can earn some odds and end type of jobs or a little bit here and there type of income. Important to understand that you can't work full-time and be making $100,000 a year and be on individual unemployability. That's not how it works. So you can earn some little bit of income. Now, again, the idea here is that if your service-connected conditions are so bad that you can't really hold a job, it's great to know that you can go get 100%. Now, obviously, it would be better if you could get 100%, just the scheduler rating 100%, or be 100% permanent and total. Obviously, better choice, but sometimes the cards, we just don't have, we have what was dealt, right? It's not in the cards. So, in some cases, we don't have all of the evidence we need to file for all of our service-connected conditions. So we're left with what we have. And if that takes you to somewhere between a 60 to a 90% rating, and it's affecting your ability to maintain a job, gainful employment, this is a great option. So let's read through it here. Individual unemployability if you can't work. So it says here on the VA site, if you can't work because of a disability related to your military service, you may qualify for individual unemployability. This means you may be able to get disability compensation or benefits at the same level as a veteran who has a 100% disability rating. Keep reading to find out if you may be eligible. Okay, this must be true. Okay, it goes on here to say you can't hold down a steady job that supports you financially, known as substantially gainful employment, because of your service-connected disability. It goes on to say odd jobs, marginal employment, don't count. I wish that the VA was clear with a specific number, right? We should work together to get the VA to throw a number in there like they do for pension, right? So that would be nice. In any case, they don't at this time. So moving on, there are two bullet points, and it says at least one of them must be true. You have at least one service-connected condition rated at 60% or more disabling. Okay, you must have one condition that's at 60% or more disabling, or the second bullet point, or you have two or more service-connected disabilities with at least one of those two at 40% or more disabling and a combined rating of 70%. So what they're saying is that if you're not meeting the criteria for the first option, which is the 60%, one rating at 60%, if you don't meet that, then you should be at least 70% rated, and one of your conditions must be at 40%. So, for example, you could have, a bunch of 10s, a 20, a 30, and a 40, right? And that would qualify you because you have that one that's at 40%, and your combined overall is at 70, right? In this theoretical kind of example. Now, here's an important part. In certain cases, for example, if you need to be in the hospital often, you may qualify at a lower disability rating. Now, I don't know, but migraine headaches at 50% require you to have issues with economic stability, essentially. I don't remember the exact verbiage, but basically, you have to have some sort of earnings impact to be rated at 50%. 50% for migraines is the maximum rating for migraines. If you are rated at 50% for migraines and you don't meet those other two criteria, well, you may qualify at a lower disability rating if you can prove that it's really affecting your ability to work. So I personally would apply for it with that circumstance. Moving on, if I am eligible for individual unemployability, will my disability rating change? No. You're eligible for individual unemployability. The amount of your monthly compensation payment will change, but your disability rating will remain the same. So if you're at 70%, 80%, 60%, 90%, that's your rating. You are rated at that percentage. However, they will change your compensation to mirror the 100% rating. Moving on, what is an example of individual unemployability? Here's a great example for you. A veteran has a service-connected heart condition and a 60% disability rating. She was still able to work until last year when she began to get chest pain when doing anything physical, like walking or lifting boxes. Her doctor told her to retire as soon as possible. She filed a claim for more disability compensation. We reviewed her work and education history and agreed that she was individually unemployable because of her service-connected disability. So we increased her disability compensation to the same rate as a 100% disabled veteran. How do you get these benefits? Well, number one, my suggestion is work with your accredited representative in your state, your county, and have them help you through it. On the VA's website here, it says you'll need to submit both of these forms listed here. A veteran's application for increased compensation based on unemployability, that's VA Form 21-8940, and a request for employment information in connection with claim for disability benefits. That's Form 21-4192. There's a notation. It says you must have a service-connected disability to get a clothing allowance, which is what they're adding on here as well. So I don't know why it's a little bit confusing, but here it is. You must have a service-connected disability to get a clothing allowance. If you haven't filed a claim for disability compensation yet, you'll need to do that first. So it's just giving you some information on clothing allowance stuff as well, that it's a separate form that you would need to file for that. So what evidence do you need to submit? You'll have to provide evidence supporting documents like a doctor's report or medical test results showing that your disability prevents you from holding down a steady job. So in other words, work with your doctor, have your doctor essentially encapsulate that into a letter talking about that you really can't work because of your disability. And then the VA will W-I-L-L, will review your work and education history. What if you have questions about these benefits? You can always call the VA at 800-827-1000, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, my suggestion is work with your accredited representative to help you file the claim. Make sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.